Well, yesterday night, Man United were 7-0 winners over Barnsley in the Carabao Cup, and we are through to the next round of the Carabao Cup, where United went ahead, obviously, go gung-ho onto the side of Barnsley. Welcome to this channel. It's the United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rakan David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And we're here to bring you the latest news and information about what your faves are really doing into the mix. And we are calling in for 100 likes on this video and continue to subscribe so that everything really moves on as planned. Now, Man United are really winners, you get, and them being winners, a lot is gonna hit obviously go their way, and they're really doing the due diligence to obviously assume people. And I'm gonna hit let people know that give Everton Hag 10 games, 10 games, 10 in the Premier League plus the other I think 3-4 games that are really going to be coming in the midweek are really going to get us a good picture. But you saw it that yesterday United was really building up things, and yet Manuel Ugarte was playing starting his first game and playing his second game for the club of Manchester United, and it showed you that if he really links up well, a lot is really going to be coming into the mix for him and the players he's really going to be uniting with. Let's go into the stats, into the player ratings. One, Beindir, gonna give him a 6 out of 10. He had nothing to do in that entire game. If I tell you, remember that he had anything to do because they registered 0 shots at the goal of Manchester United and we conceded no shots. So the goalkeeper had nothing to do apart from really starting the ball and really acting as a reference point for all those attacks coming in through from all those passes coming in from the people around him. Then Dallo, he's gonna really gauge for me. I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10. He was really very okay going forward, and I like his energy. And I think that I would love to see Luke Shaw and Malacia back to see how these two are really gonna be battling in for that right back position, because I believe Mazrui is good, but I don't think that Mazrui is better than Diego Dallo. That is it, because Dallo does everything well, and Mazrui going forward looks like he'll give you the possession, all what, and the passing, but that final cross, the end product to his game is really lacking, and Dallo will average some good crosses. And guys, when did you see Mazrui putting in a cross? You understand? He really does that. So that means that something has to obviously be in check for the player known as Mazrui. Right, so Dallo for me takes a 7 out of 10. We go to Toby Collier, struggling into that side. He's not a left back. He was played out of position by the manager, but it was like the manager needed him to get him some playing time to obviously continue becoming a better and better player. Maybe the manager is insinuating that he might turn him out into a left back because of the injuries that we're really having as the club of Manchester United in the left back position, because those players are really injury prone, especially Luke Shaw. For Malacia, first season not injury prone, but guess what happened? He really lost his knee, and for the entirety of the last season he hasn't gone here to play into the club of Manchester United. So I give him a 7 out of 10. That is Toby Collier. Then Evans, central defense alongside Harry Maguire. I'll give Evans a 7 out of 10. Right, Maguire, I think he takes a 7.5 out of 10. Now let's go to Manuel Ugarte. Manuel Ugarte played into that midfield of Man United and really went ahead to prove to us what we've always gone ahead to say to it, that when you have a strong midfielder, very mobile, you won't really see yourselves really overpowered in the midfield. But even if Casemiro was there, teams like Reading and very many others, Newport, name it, went ahead to obviously overpower us into the midfield, and they went ahead to obviously win very many battles into there. So if you support Man United and you know exactly what it is one of those moments that you won't really forget. And in comparison of those moments with Manuel Ugarte, I think Ugarte deserves a 7.5 out of 10 in this game because he was really the change. And you saw to it that when we really took him off, that team tried to obviously utilize the midfield and obviously try to attack us, meaning that he was the most important piece missing into that team. And finally, he has gone to arrive at the club of Manchester United, and our problems are really going to be solved. But the problem is, what if he really gets suspended? What if he really gets injured? You understand? United might find themselves in a position of really going back into the default mode. So that is Manuel Ugarte for you, 7.5 out of 10. Alongside him was Casemiro into that midfield, and Casemiro had 109 total touches, 89% passing accuracy, 88% long passing accuracy, 20 passes into the final third, 9 defensive actions, 4 tackles attempted, 3 tackles won, 2 shots. And obviously he really looked good, and it takes an 8 out of 10 from me because he was played as a box-to-box midfielder, and he had all the luxury to do whatever he wanted as a player. Why? Casemiro had a player behind him known as Ugarte, who really gave him assurance that you go and do your job. I can really patrol this entire area in the central axis by myself. That's what made him a very different kind of player altogether, and he looked very, very good. So Casemiro, for me, he takes an 8 out of 10, and we just can't wait to see how Ten Hag is really going to come up with the midfield that is really going to play against Crystal Palace. But at the back of my mind, I know it's really going to be none other than Kobe Mainoo and Manuel Ugarte. Let's go to the player that played in the number 10 position of Bruno Fernandes Borges, and it is Christian Eriksen. 96% passing accuracy, 64 total touches, 4 passes into the final third, 3 ball recoveries, 3 chances created, 2 shots, and 2 goals. That is Christian Eriksen. Now, he scored 2 goals, and he looked a better number 10 when you're really having the ball. But when you're losing the ball, I don't think that he ticks that box. That's where Bruno really edges him, and there is no way you can obviously attach intensity to Eriksen this season. And I don't see him playing very many games for the club of Manchester United, especially if at all. Kobe Mainoo, Casemiro, and Manuel Ugarte really kickstarting. But for him, he takes an 8.5 out of 10 from me. I don't know how many you're really going to be giving him. We go to Anthony. He takes a 6.5 out of 10 minus the goal. I don't really remember anything else that he really went ahead to do. Too selfish, reaching into areas where you're supposed to obviously put in a pass, and he was trying to obviously go in for shot, and that is something that has affected his game all time. You know, he can't skip past players, and he really doesn't do things right. That's why Amad Diallo has gone ahead obviously overtake that position, and we who knew to it that it was just a matter of time are really not even surprised. So that is Anthony for you, 6.5 out of 10 for me. From me. Alejandro Garnacho, 2 goals, 2 assists on the night, and he had 82% passing accuracy, 46 total touches, 8 touches into the opposition's box, 3 ball recoveries, 3 chances created, 3 shots, 2 assists, 2 goals. You understand? And all you have to understand is that it was something important for the side of Manchester United. And for me, I'm going to give Garnacho a solid 9.5 out of 10. That is it. Because he put in the show, and 2 goals and 2 assists, taking his tally to 7 goals and assists. He has 4 goals this season and 3 assists. So it shows you how he's really charged, obviously getting what we call the 20 goal mark, and is now left with 16, of which I believe he's really going to come up and obviously hit that magic number. Then talking about Marcus Rashford, who led the line, 2 goals and 1 assist. He had 9 touches in the position box, 6 shots, 5 attempted take-ons, 3 successful take-ons, 3 passes into the final third, 3 shots on target, 2 ball recoveries, 2 2 goals and 1 assist. That is Marcus Rashford for you, and he takes a 9 out of 10 from me into the mix. The other player that really came on, let's go to the substitutes. Let's go to Bruno Fernandes Borges and see what his game by numbers was, because he came on through and his impact was really felt, and he really destroyed them more, and he engineered the 2 goals of Eriksen. What did Bruno Fernandes do? What did Bruno Fernandes have to do? Bruno Fernandes did the following: 83% passing accuracy. He played 31 minutes. I think they're not minutes. He never played 31 minutes. 6 chances created. I think he played 31 minutes, right? 6 chances created, 5 touches into the opposition box, 4 passes into the final third, 2 assists. And he almost had a chance every 5 minutes on average. So that is Bruno Fernandes Borges for you, taking an 8.5 out of 10 from me. The other players that came on, Matthias de Ligt, obviously, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Found a team when he's even having a clean sheet, and he kept 1. Then Mazrui, a 7.5 out of 10. Who else come on? Joshua Zexi, 7.5 out of 10. Amadi Diallo, 7 out of 10. Which other player came on? So that is it for the club of Manchester United, and that's what I really had for you. For Erik ten Hag, 7.5 out of 10, and his entire coaching staff. They really did the due diligence that really gave us that well-deserved win. Now, my man of the match is Garnacho, and I saw the Carabao Cup organizers giving it to Marcus Rashford. I was like, what an F. And you ask yourselves, what was the reason for really giving it to the man who really scored 2 goals and 1 assist? Yet Garnacho had 2 goals and 2 assists. So for me, it goes for Alejandro Garnacho. But remember, we are having a huge game over the weekend as we take on a side called Crystal Palace. I don't remember the last time we won away at Crystal Palace. It's one of those grounds that Ten Hag hasn't found himself successful, especially in the Premier League. In the Carabao Cup, went ahead and beat them, but in the Premier League, they are really a tough side. But I believe we can overcome that. All that and more into the comment section below. Rate all the players on the scale of 10. I've gone here to give you my player ratings. I'm waiting for yours into the comment section below. Rokan David remains my name. I'm out. See you later, and love you, love you, love you. Bye-bye.